Welcome. Love learning new and unusual facts? This video is for you. We've got 10 mind-blowing facts coming up that you won't want to miss. Let's start. Fact 1. Children have about 70 more bones than adults. Newborns usually have about 270 bones, most of which are very small. This makes the skeleton more flexible and helps the baby pass through the birth canal and grow quickly. As they grow older, many of these bones fuse together. The adult human skeleton has, on average, between 200 and 213 bones.
Fact 2. 97% of Earth's water is undrinkable. Only about 3% of all the water on Earth is fresh and drinkable. The other 97% is salty water in the oceans and seas. Yes, that's true. The statement that 97% of the Earth's water is undrinkable and only 3% is fresh and potable is correct. Most of this fresh water is locked away in glaciers and groundwater, making it hard to access. That's why conserving our freshwater resources is extremely important. That's why we must conserve our freshwater resources. Fact 3. An octopus has 3 hearts. Yes, that's true. The statement that an octopus has 3 hearts is correct. 2 of these hearts, called branchial hearts, pump blood through its gills, where it gets oxygenated. The third heart, known as the systemic heart, circulates this oxygenated blood to the rest of the body. Furthermore, the fact that one of an octopus's hearts can stop beating when it swims is also true. When an octopus uses jet propulsion to swim, it creates high pressure that can hinder the systemic heart's function, so it temporarily stops beating. This is one reason why octopuses often. Fact 4. You can't cry in space. In space, because of zero gravity, tears don't fall down your face. They just form little floating balls of water on your eyes. Pretty strange, right?
Fact 5. The Earth completes one full rotation on its axis in 23 hours, 56 minutes and 4 seconds. Many people think that Earth rotates in exactly 24 hours, but that's not quite true. In reality, one full rotation of the Earth relative to the stars, called a sidereal day, takes 23 hours, 56 minutes and 4 seconds. Why are we used to 24 hours? Because during that time, Earth moves slightly along its orbit around the Sun, and the Sun appears to catch up in the sky. That's why a solar day, the interval between 2 identical positions of the Sun in the sky, is about 24 hours. This small difference is important in astronomy and explains the distinction between sidereal and solar days.
Fact number 6. There are more stars in the universe than grains of sand on all the beaches of Earth. Scientists have estimated that the observable universe contains around 10 superscript 2 superscript 2 to 10 superscript 2 stars. That's tens of billions of trillions of stars. For comparison, all the beaches on Earth are estimated to contain about 10 superscript 2 superscript 1 grains of sand. In other words, the number of stars in the universe exceeds the number of sand grains by several times. This fact highlights the vast scale of the cosmos and how incredibly small our planet is in comparison to the endless universe. Fact number 7. Only 7% of people in the world are left-handed. Most people on the planet, about 90 to 93%, are right-handed, and only around 7 to 10% prefer using their left hand for writing and other tasks. Why this is the case is still not fully understood. Scientists believe it's related to how the brain functions. For most people, the left hemisphere of the brain is dominant, and it controls the right hand. Interestingly, there are slightly more left-handed men than women. It's also known that left-handed people often show creative thinking and unusual abilities, as their brain sometimes distributes functions differently. So being left-handed is rare and special.
Fact 8. The right lung holds more air than the left.
Humans have 2 lungs, but they are not the same size. The right lung is larger and has 3 lobes, while the left lung has only 2 lobes and is slightly smaller in volume.
Why's that?
Because the heart is located on the left side of the chest and takes up some space. As a result, the left lung makes room for the heart, while the right lung remains larger and can hold more air.
This fact perfectly illustrates how amazingly our body is designed. Everything is arranged to function efficiently. Fact 9. The hardest phobia to treat is the fear of fear itself. This phobia is called phobophobia. A person with this condition experiences fear of the very sensation of fear. They're afraid they might soon have a panic attack or relive a terrifying experience they had before. Phobophobia is often found in people with anxiety disorders and panic attacks. It's difficult to treat because the person is even afraid of their own thoughts about fear, creating a vicious cycle of anxiety. Usually, overcoming this condition requires long-term work with a psychologist or psychotherapist, relaxation techniques, and gradual exposure to feared situations. This fact shows just how powerful the human mind can be.
Fact number 10. Diamonds can burn. A diamond is nothing more than pure crystallized carbon. Under normal conditions, it's extremely hard and stable, but at high temperatures, around 850 to 1000 degrees Celsius in air, a diamond begins to oxidize and turns into carbon dioxide. In essence, it burns just like any other carbon-based material. If you place a diamond in the flame of an oxygen torch, it will literally disappear, burning completely. That's why jewelers and chemists know, although diamonds are often considered eternal, under certain conditions they can be destroyed. We hope you learned a lot of new and interesting things. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends. See you next time.